Well, let me tell you what my interior design students are doing. First, I wanted to create a lesson in which students can think outside the box, and students can take a project that has many multiple complicators or complex phases and break it down into small manageable tasks. So I decided that I was going to use the shipping containers, cargo shipping containers as a project, and I was going to have students research the containers themselves. There are such a surplus of containers in the United States. Every time that we import containers from overseas, these containers do not get shipped back. They stay in the United States, and in this assignment, we are planning to repurpose these containers as dwellings. So first, the students take and they research about the containers, they research about the structural properties of the containers, they also research about the sizes of the containers. But then the assignment, the way that it goes is the students, first I created a brief, or I create a narrative where the students read about a couple that just purchased a site in Philadelphia. It's actually a real site in Philadelphia. And the students learn about the couple itself. The students learn about their lifestyles, and they learn about their needs and their wants. And the second thing that they do is they research about the site. They understand the site parameters. They understand the location. They understand what the traffic pattern is, the sun orientation. And the students take all of this information and they start taking this and they write a program. Once they write a program, this is their map. They take their map and they start taking this program and they start translating the program into bubble diagrams. These bubble diagrams depict the location of the areas or their needs and wants of the client. And they start in a very free form. They start sketching the areas of each home and the relationship between the areas. And then they go from general to specific. Again, this is a situation when the students work in very general terms and they keep going into specific as they move on. So here we can see the bubble diagram. As they move forward, they continue sketching, and they continue to the point that they become the drawings become floor plans. What my students to do also is I want them to understand the volume of the project. So what I have them do is, if we can go this way here, we'll have I bought very inexpensive wooden blocks, and each one of these represents the shipping container. So this represents, for example, a 20-foot shipping container, 10-foot shipping container, and a 40-foot shipping container. And the first goal is to have them understand the volumes and understand from their bubble diagram how they can create these shipping containers or the composition of their structure into a three-dimensional form. From here, they will take it to a next level when they can start understanding how the volume and all the pieces fit together. As a next step, we end up with a model. We end up with a model of the project, and as you can see, each one of these represents a shipping container, but I want them to think outside the box. So they basically, what they do is they arrange the shipping containers as they want to, and then we think outside the box. There is the Delaware River on this area here, this I-95, and there's also traffic going in South Christopher Columbus Boulevard. So they need to understand the components of the site. Here, this configuration of the roof represents the water from the Delaware River, and also the walls. So again, it's one of those things where students think outside the box. So it just materializes from shipping containers or from wooden blocks to a study model where the wooden blocks already take the shape of their dwelling to a more defined study model. As they finish that, students then continue in their process. And what they do is they develop volumetric drawings to resemble what they already have done, and they understand the volume, so there is also math involved. We also understand, as I stated before, the site, so we have to understand where the east-west orientation is, so we can gain the access of natural light and ventilation. And then ultimately we have a final three-dimensional drawings where students just create in a three-dimensional form what already they have started from Google diagrams. And that's basically it.